Hello there and welcome to another video. If you have any questions or suggestions, please do leave them in the comments. If you want more videos about investing in stocks, please subscribe. So if you're interested in investing in a stock, should you wait for a dip or a pullback before you get in on the action? Well, let me give you my take on things. So statistically, stocks go up most of the time. In fact, they go up 2/3 of the time annually. So 2/3 out of all years, they actually go up. So what could happen if you wait for a pullback? You can get stuck on the sidelines. So you can get sort of stuck waiting, which means you're waiting for a dip in the stock, right? So the stock goes up and up and up, and then goes down a little bit, and you buy there and it continues going up. But the problem is, if you're waiting on the stock to pull back and it just keeps going up, you're probably not going to get in at a lower point than when you started waiting. So you get stuck on the sideline and you miss out on potential gains. Now, another thing is, most stocks, well, a lot of stocks and ETFs and index funds and everything pays a dividend. So you lose out on dividend. Lose dividend. Dividend is paid 3 or 4 times every year, which means if you wait for a stock, for a year, you might lose out on 1, 2, or even 3% dividend. So, and if you keep waiting for longer, you're just going to simply get outplayed by the dividend, so to speak. So that's another very, very important thing. Another thing is, if you don't want to invest a lot of money in a stock, what you can do is just invest a little bit to get skin in the game. Which means, if you just invest a little bit, it's not a big deal if the stock goes down, because you only invested a little bit and you might lose, just an insignificant amount of money. But if a stock just keeps exploding up, you're actually gonna make a decent amount of money. So usually you can invest a little bit now and a little bit later. So you invest, $1,000, then you wait and maybe there's a big pullback, and then you invest, $5,000 or whatever your initial thought was of investing. So this is a very good strategy, especially if a stock is like super hot. If there's like a Netflix, Amazon, Nvidia, Tesla, a stock which is just exploding and is all over the news, you might want to get in on the action, but you still think it's way too risky to put in a lot of money. Just get some skin in the game. Another thing is, if there's a massive pullback or a dip in a stock, it might be really bad news. And you have to ask yourself, in general, you want to be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. But the thing is, if people are running away from a stock, let's say like Wells Fargo just a couple of months ago, when there was some really, really bad news, the stock went down like 20%. Do you really want to invest in that company still? Or what was the news so bad that you're like, well, if this can happen to this company, do I really want to be invested at all? So in general, don't get stuck on the sideline. Don't wait. Just invest immediately. If the company is great, it's going to be a great company today, in a week, in a month, in 5 years. Just get invested and you'll do great. So I hope this helped, and until next video.